Back in Washington, there's a scramble to avoid a government shutdown. At the moment, there's no guarantee they'll be able to get it done. Chief political correspondent Scott Thuman takes a look at the significance of this standstill 1 year into the president's first term. Scott?
Yeah, Brent, listen, we're just 31 hours away now from this potential government shutdown. The good news for folks who are hoping to avoid it, of course, is that I've talked to people on the House side who say they are poised to vote on this continuing resolution, 7 o'clock Eastern time tonight. The Senate could immediately then vote on the House version if it passes and try and pass it there as well. The bad news, they don't know if they've got the numbers yet.
Could happen. We'll see what happens. It's up to the Democrats.
Lobbing a shot in the Washington blame game, President Trump faulted Democrats for a possible shutdown, then stopped by the Pentagon to highlight the military as a victim of any money lapse. At the White House, we talked to senior advisor to the president, Mercedes Schlapp. Is there anything this administration thinks is worth seeing a government shutdown for?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I mean, I think that the priority here is to ensure that there is funding for our military troops. I think when you're looking at Speaker Nancy Pelosi and her lobbying these Democrats to push forward a government shutdown because of the DACA deal, it's incredibly irresponsible.
But do you think if he had better relationships on the Hill, we wouldn't be at this point?
I think the president has very good relationship with members on the Hill.
Democrats handing out year one grades feel otherwise.
Perhaps an F or an F minus. I think we missed all the major issues out there that are of urgent and high priority.
Let's start working in a bipartisan way. Come over and get 40, 50, 60 Democrats. We could govern this country efficiently if the Republican leadership here were to take that approach. But again, here we are. It's Groundhog Day.
And as the president celebrates his first full year with victories on tax reform and a booming stock market, he's fallen short on border wall funding and Obamacare defunding, now likely to become year 2 projects. You can blame whoever you want, but certainly there's been a lot of contention in this first year. What does he do to set perhaps a different tone in 2018?
Clearly, the president wants to unite the country. I think it's a priority for the president. He wants to work with both Democrats and Republicans to keep working on the American people's agenda.
First things first, though, Brent, they've got to get past this stalemate, and right now it's pretty dicey looking. If they don't pass a continuing resolution tonight, they could stick around, work on it tomorrow up until that midnight deadline, but razor-thin margins in both the House and Senate. And Brent, important to note here, it's not just Democrats who are against these measures. You've got Republicans who say they don't want to kick the can down the road again, so they're going to vote against any 30-day measure. We're going to keep watching the votes as they start to come in. Back to you.
Should be close. Okay, Scott, thank you. Here is our national question of the day. Are you better off than you were 1 year ago? To vote, head to idahonews.com. Easy to do. Hover over the News tab in the top left corner of the home screen, and you'll see right there in the third column a link where you can click on Question of the Day. We will have some of the results from this poll a little later in this newscast.